Okay, so before this video begins, I just kind of wanted to clarify what I'm doing now, because I'm doing a new kind of thing of content. Well, not really new, but it's just me committing to a style of content, I guess. So, and for all three people who read the descriptions of my videos, you know that I put theories, reviews, and commentaries down there. And while I do theories, obviously, and I do reviews, I don't really do commentaries. Well, I'm going to start doing commentaries now. This will help me pump out videos, you know, just to fill the gap between me working on good stuff, so it'll make the good stuff even better, and you guys still get content for all the people who enjoy listening to me talk about stupid stuff. So I'll really just talk about anything, mainly stupid stuff like this. Segue into the Tower Defense X versus Tower Defense Simulator drama beef. It's the hottest thing with 8-year-olds who have nothing better to do on the internet at the moment. So for those of you who don't know, right now, you go to any comment section under a Tower Defense Simulator or Tower Defense X video, and you'll just see people going to town on each other in the comments saying, you copied this, and you copied that, and actually both games are copies of Bloons Tower Defense 6. And it's just a bunch of stupid people, honestly. Like, these kids, they're so stupid. They're so, like, religiously attached to Tower Defense Simulator and Tower Defense X, and they'll just throw the copy allegations back and forth at each other like candy. And then there are these people who they think they're intellectuals, and they'll say, well, actually, Bloons Tower Defense 6 did it first. They think that's like the most intelligent comment ever, and I spam that everywhere. It is so funny to me. It's so goofy. It reminds me of the olden days when Tower Battles and Tower Defense Simulator had that exact same beef, where the two sides would clash over it. I mean, and it doesn't really help that Tower Defense Simulator has a very bad and continues to have a horrible originality record. I mean, even now, like, if you look at the new Commander rework, they're just putting more Tower Battles abilities on it. Like, they gave it the APC. Like, it's just blatant. But there are people who they love Tower Defense X, and I mean, hey, I like Tower Defense X too. I don't like Tower Defense Simulator that much at all, but I'm not going to sit here whining, complaining about them quote-unquote copying something, like the intermediate mode that they added. Like, people try and spin that as a copy. Like, sure, it's not like they announced that like a year earlier, guys. It's just stupid. I just want to put an end to this stupid drama. I know I'm not. I know there's going to be some mentally ill children in my comment section crying and screaming about why what I said is wrong. Actually, according to the release date of so-and-so, this is this way. But, I don't care. I don't care. I am just here to laugh at you guys. Have a good time. I guess, if I'm gonna sit here and laugh, I think we could probably try and get to the bottom of it. Does Tower Defense Simulator copy Tower Defense X now? Obviously not. I don't think they do copy, but I do think that a lot of things that they do are very convenient. I think they announce things they announce similar updates that they've had on the burner at the same time that Tower Defense X adds something similar, so that they can kind of steal that audience away. Because while TDS is beating Tower Defense X, a lot of people who play TDS, I mean, a lot of people who came from TDX used to play TDS, and that's a massive chunk of their player base that's been kind of stolen away because of Tower Defense X. And I think that Below's goal is to ultimately steal those people back by not adding, but like announcing the exact same things when it's relevant. So for example, like when TDX added Armored Factory, Below, obviously, while they were probably working on a military base revamp for a while, Below chose that time to announce it because that's the most like marketable time. He's like, oh well, I can dip in on the TDX hype around this thing that's pretty similar to something in TDX, and maybe pull those players back that I lost. So yeah, I think it's just I guess some would call it genius, some would call it malicious. I don't know what you would call it, but it's just strategically announcing things so that it coincides with something similar happening in TDX. So like abilities, Like, come on. Like, I know they were working on abilities for a while, but you can't tell me that the timing was not pre-planned. Like, same thing with the military base thing, or whatever it was called, the mercenary base. Very convenient timing there. What else? Intermediate mode, pretty much being announced at the same time as Tower Defense X's new game mode, even though it's not really nearly as big, or kind of really the same in any way. Just the timing of just like similar things that they've had on the oven being announced at the same time. I think one of the most recent examples of that is the Commander rework that they announced at the same time, where TDX is having an event which has the Commander from Tower Battles making a return. Overall, I just think it's such a stupid thing that people just get mad about these days. Like, they're both games, and they're both just games, and they're both like military tower defense games. They're not exactly all that like original anyways, and I say that, but then at the same time I'm not going to say, well, they both copied Bloons Tower Defense, because that's just a stupid cop-out answer that people who want to be pseudo-intellectuals just say because they think it's a smart thing to say, and it's really not. If you say that unironically, then you're just a little goofy. But yeah, that's really all I wanted to say. I will do more videos like this in the future. They're easy to make, they're nice to make, and it will help me grow the channel, because I like growing the channel. That's fun. Anyways, that's really all for this. See ya.